Hello and welcome to another episode of I Want to Talk Movies. Patrick, what do you want? What do you want to do today?
I was hoping to talk about some movies.
Fair enough. What about you, Drew?
I've actually forgotten I have something I need to do, so I am going to see you guys later.
Okay, see you later.
That's it. That was incredible pantomiming of walking away. Uncanny.
Funny thing is that you did that near the microphone, so it's probably gonna be super loud.
Beep, bop, bop.
Yep, that'll be great.
Anyways, so for today, we're gonna have another get to know us segment, and we're gonna play a game actually.
Yeah, I'm a little hesitant.
They don't know. Yeah.
All we were told is there's a punishment.
There will be punishment. That's all we know about this
It's
game.
probably a punishment for the viewers, if anything.
Right. We're probably gonna end up hitting each other by the end of this segment, anyways. Yeah. So.
Oh, sounds fun.
Yeah, we're just gonna go with it.
Wow, okay.
Anyways, so that will be our first part of today. Our second part, of course, we're going to talk about what we've been watching. So we'll do that. And then we all went to go see Logan Lucky.
Logan Lucky.
So we'll be reviewing that more in depth. So let's get started with our first segment. I want to play a game called Cinema Sins, which I made this game up, you know.
So you know it's going to be good.
So I know it's
So
good.
this is Andy Original?
Andy, this is a new segment, Andy Originals.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, it's a thing, and you're doing it right now. Continue.
Anyways, well, the reason why I'm doing this is because during the last week, after our last episode, Drew gave me so much shit
For what?
For not watching certain movies.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you share it with the viewers real quick?
Shade.
Well,
which is
okay,
the
let
movie?
me explain the game because we're gonna get to that. This is why I've thought about it, and you guys already are ahead of the curve when you guys know what this game is. So this is Cinema Sins, where here's some of the rules. We are gonna go in a circle.
There's like two sentences on a
Yeah.
big piece of notebook paper over there.
It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. So here's the basic rule, the basic objective of the game.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna name popular movies that we have seen, and try to knock out the other player by them admitting that they have not seen certain popular beloved movies. So, for example,
Does sitting through one and sleeping during it count?
You were unconscious the whole movie.
Yeah.
That
Because
doesn't-
I slept through the movie Andy. What if Andy stopped through favorite movies?
anyways,
I can't even remember. Inception.
If you
That's
dream
what
about it
it's called.
sometimes, I'll let it slide. But unless
I don't dream about
there's
a dream inside a dream movie.
Oh, I know what movie this is.
Yeah.
all right. So, so that is the rule. The rule is.
Do we get like strikes or something?
We
or?
are, so that's what we call cinema sins.
It's
For
kinda
each
like a
movie,
5 minutes, yeah.
yeah, for each movie you did not see that as a cinema sin. First person to reach up to 7 sins is getting knocked out. All right, so it's
7?
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, it's gonna go fast then. I
Well,
guess.
we know. I have kind of an idea of what you haven't seen, so we're gonna be gunning for you. This
right?
is, yeah.
And I'm ready.
Do we
So,
all have to agree that it's like a big movie in a
Well,
sense?
so
Like I
if-
can't name off my random crap.
And I've thought about that too. Yeah, I thought about we're gonna try to aim for most popular beloved movies. So, for
right,
example,
That we've at least all heard of.
Well,
yeah.
pick the deep cuts first.
so here's an example, like Avatar.
Yeah,
That'd be
Which
a popular
one?
movie.
the James Cameron
James
one.
Cameron Avatar.
Not the M. Night Shyamalan.
No,
No.
no one's seen that.
No.
I saw 10 minutes of it and then I turned it off.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Appa had long, gangly legs, and that's as far as I got. He literally like stood and like flew away. And I was like, "Fuck this! Like I'm turning it off right now. Like this, I can't." That was hideous. It
so
was
he
gross.
had like bug legs. He didn't have.
Yeah,
like,
no, he had like bug legs. He was like crouching down. You're like, oh, there's Appa. He looks a little weird in, kind of like CG, but whatever. And then he gets up and his legs just get super thin and long, and they unfurl like a butterfly. Not like a. It sounds. It makes it sound majestic, but imagine thin like exoskeleton butterfly legs on the bison
Giant
on a
flying
bison. Yeah.
buffalo.
It was just like oh. So,
Yeah.
And there's our neighbor.
yeah, it's 7:00.
7:15.
Instead, it's
Alright, I guess like the other rule is like you can only name movies that you have seen. You know, I know you want to knock out the other player, but you can't name movies that you have not seen.
Yeah, just give you a strike.
Yeah, you
Right.
can't. You can't. So you can't force yourself to get a
Yeah.
strike by knocking.
Yeah,
people out.
exactly. Yeah, that's
This guy is enthusiastic.
you're right. He's
Okay.
he's listening. Anyways,
All right.
so we're gonna start the game.
You started this.
Fine. I will start.
Yeah,
Okay.
go
Alright.
for it. Let's see what you got.
I'm gonna go with Frozen.
I haven't seen Frozen.
Totally seen Frozen.
Okay, that's
Yeah, that's
love
one.
that.
That's one for me.
Oh,
I've
he's
not,
going
I've not
for
seen.
you, Drew.
I forgot all these Disney movies
There's
I haven't
always
seen. Like this is. Are you keeping track?
Yep.
All right. So I'll go next then. A much more egregious sin. The Goonies. Who here hasn't seen that? I wonder. Who hasn't seen that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen that.
Please say your name for the viewers or the audience.
Me, Andy.
Me, Andy.
I have committed that sin.
I've never heard your full name out loud. Interesting. Me, Andy.
All right, Patrick, you're up.
I'm not sure. I'm not gonna try to eliminate you guys, but I'll go with like my favorite, like most like popular movies. I'm gonna have to go with
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz.
I think we're all good there. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
All
fine.
right. I don't know. I like the old school Alice in Wonderland.
Old school.
The-
which is
the cartoon.
The cartoon
animated one?
Disney.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We're all good.
All good.
All good. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, don't get
Alright.
cocky now.
Okay.
Don't-
All right, Drew.
Yeah, I was talking to someone a little bit ago, and they'd never seen either Star Wars or Indiana Jones. So I'm gonna start with Indiana Jones.
There's like so many of them.
I know, but to be fair, like okay, I
what?
committed the Indiana Jones
What?
because I was okay. The reason why I'm committing
Any of them? Any?
okay, I don't remember them. I saw them when I was really young, so I don't remember them. So I'm not gonna count them. So I need
Yeah,
to
that's
revisit
fair.
them. Yeah. How about 2?
Damn.
Let's go with Hitchcock Vertigo.
I don't believe I've seen that.
Shit.
I
Nope.
don't believe I've seen that.
Yeah, I actually don't like that movie, but it's like one of those movies people either like really
Alright.
love or really hate. I really did not like that
Right.
movie.
Currently, I'm at 3. Drew's at 2. Patrick's at 0.
You guys need to start coming for me.
Dude, this is a tough game.
Godfather.
Yes,
I have not seen
You finally got me.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Neither?
No, dude, I don't have 3 hours to spare. I
Not even one. Okay.
play 8 hours of video games. I don't have time for anything else. What do you-
All right.
Okay, movies I have seen. Okay, I'm gonna go next round on that. But just so I'm covering my bases, Star Wars.
I've seen all. Star
Okay,
Wars.
okay, just curious.
Yeah.
I just had to put it out there. I've seen Star Wars. Okay, but what is
Patrick, I'm assuming you've seen all of.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Don't checking.
I'm gonna go with another movie I don't like, Titanic.
Never saw it.
Ooh, I've seen it.
Ooh, are you and Drew tied?
No, actually. So right now, again, I'm at 3. Patrick, you're at 1.
Yeah.
Drew, you're at 4.
Dang.
Whatever.
Let's see. What's another good one that you guys may have not seen? The Departed.
I think I've seen that one.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
What's
yeah.
it? What's it about again?
It's Scorsese movie. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Is that the one where everyone dies at the end and they really, like, literally rip off Reservoir Dogs? Like everyone kills each other at the
Spoilers, but yeah.
end. Okay, yeah, I've totally
Okay,
seen that.
okay.
Don't like that movie either.
All right, you're up, Drew.
Mine is Christmas in Connecticut. Have you guys seen that?
I've never even heard of
How?
that
That's
movie.
a classic movie.
Have you heard of this?
No.
Christmas in Connecticut.
Can you describe it?
Yeah. Okay. A woman.
I think
she
you're
works-
getting a point if you're getting a point if we've never heard of this.
Okay, this is not like some obscure film. This is just an old movie that it's very famous.
You're about to
Christmas
be
in
at 5.
Connecticut. Me? Why am I penalized? This is the game. You guys haven't seen this movie. This is Christmas in Connecticut. So there's a woman, she writes for a magazine, right? And she pretends that she's super like, I take care of my kids and I cook and, I know all like them. She's like the Martha Stewart But really, she's like, yeah, I like nice things. I don't do any of this shit. I just like ask this person in Connecticut what's going on, and then yeah. And so basically, some people either like I can't remember if they win a contest or they're just rich or like they own the magazine or something. Like, oh, we'd love to come spend Christmas with you. And she's like, oh, like I don't know how to do any of this. I don't even have a kid. And so she goes up to this house in Connecticut and she has to like fake this whole thing, and it's hilarious. It's so funny. She like finds a baby that she borrows, and she's like, "This is my baby." She's like holding it by one foot, and it's like, "Oh no, that's not how you hold a baby." And like, it's hilarious. That's points for you too. That's not a point for me. Fuck off.
Sure,
Fine.
whatever.
Fine.
I've never heard of that story.
How? Oh my
Okay,
god.
Patrick, you're up.
In light of the new It movie coming out, his Stephen King's most top-rated movie is Carrie. Have you guys ever seen Carrie?
Oh, I've seen Carrie. Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
The old one?
Yeah. Yeah.
How much of it did you see?
I have seen where the pig blood falls on her.
Just that
So you saw,
part?
like,
Well,
a
just like the
YouTube
beginning.
highlight?
No, well, just the beginning of like that whole scene and leading up to the end of it. So I saw like the last
So you only watched...
like 20 minutes of it. The last 20 minutes.
Okay, who plays the asshole in it? And I'll give you that. Very big actor.
John Travolta.
Yes.
You're saved. I'll let you
Damn, I
have
couldn't
it.
have told you that, but I've seen the whole thing.
Yeah. No, wait. Yeah.
Is John Travolta,
It
really?
is John Travolta.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
You guys see
I'll give you the point. You're fine. You're safe.
Okay.
I'm gonna fact check
Okay.
myself here.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. What am I going for this time? You know what? You mentioned Christmas. A Christmas Story.
Yeah, it's
No, I
classic.
have not seen that.
I
one.
am shocked. I am shocked that you just by proxy have not seen it. It's on like every channel.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it is a
I
classic.
think we talked about the first episode.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was one of the 3 movies I would bring to an island.
Yeah, John
Ah.
Travolta's in it.
Nice.
All right.
Good.
Drew.
The Sasquatch Gang.
Ooh, no.
Wait, is that
I
funny
feel like
one?
yeah. It's like it was made by the
That's
same
a
people who
big-
did Napoleon Dynamite.
That's a big movie, though.
I don't have like a big movies just at my disposal here. Like I'm pretty
I
sure you
have
guys have
seen
all
that.
seen. I'm not gonna like list like every movie I think you guys have all seen. Like Baby Driver, we all saw that together.
I guess we can eliminate Andy for that, but like, that is a really obscure movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not 5, but okay.
I'm just trying
don't
to think
know,
of like weird old movies, even movies I don't like, because I think you guys wouldn't watch
Yeah,
them either.
that's why we're going with popular.
That's why I say Christmas in Connecticut.
Oh God. Okay, we're getting down to a weird list here. Well, I just watched Full Metal Jacket for the first time. Have you guys seen that one?
No.
I have not seen that.
Yes.
I've never heard of that. That's a point for Patrick.
Okay.
That movie was actually good. You guys should
Full Metal
check it out.
Jacket. I'm generally not the biggest fan of like war movies.
Okay, I mean I'm the same way, but this one is actually pretty good. It
Okay,
almost
okay.
felt like a documentary almost to me. That might be weird to some people, but you're following the life of this one guy in the army, and he becomes like a journalist, and then he gets into like in a squad and stuff. And sorry, it's the Marines, not the army, but it's really interesting.
Huh.
Yeah. So currently I'm at 5. Drew is at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick's at 3.
3. Okay.
Mhm. Oh wait, never mind. I'm at 6.
Oh.
Oh.
So I have one more life.
All right, your turn.
It's your turn,
It's your
though.
All right. Just because I feel like I'm in the certain. Okay, I'm gonna go with Goodfellas, another Scorsese
Nope.
movie.
No.
All the mobster movies I have like not seen.
Drew, you're at 6 now.
I can try to eliminate you both.
Yeah, Patrick. Yeah.
So Drew needs to try to eliminate you right now.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go with The Mask with Jim Carrey. Have you guys
Oh,
seen that?
yeah, that's good.
Yep. Classic.
Okay. All right.
What was I gonna say?
You
I always like lose like
Focus.
my focus when it gets to me. Another movie I didn't really enjoy, Groundhog Day.
You didn't enjoy Groundhog
No, I
Day?
didn't enjoy Groundhog
Oh
Day.
my god. Have you not seen it?
I have not seen it.
Okay, you know, like, some of these, like, I feel like Godfather, like, I really should have seen. But, like, some of these are just, like...
Yeah, Godfather and Scarface I
Yeah.
probably should watch. I'm surprised no one said Scarface.
I haven't seen Scarface.
Yeah.
I can't
We both told Andy we both didn't see those movies.
Yeah.
in the past.
Damn, Groundhog Day. That's a classic. That's a classic Bill Murray movie.
I would sit down and watch it. So I am currently out. So
Oh, we keep fighting each other?
so yeah.
So it's
Keep
back at
fighting.
Drew?
Let's go. This is getting The Birds. The Birds by Alfred Hitchcock. Have you
Yeah,
seen
of
it?
course.
Okay, all right. I just
Let's go E.T.
Yeah, I've seen E.T.
Okay, it's your turn.
You gotta give me a minute to think here.
Gotta keep going.
Yeah, just look at all the movie posters that I own. You're gonna do a great job there.
I'm looking up into space. I'm not looking at a movie poster.
All you're seeing is Godzilla.
I everywhere I look, it's all Godzilla and Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man. Ocean's 11.
Yeah, I've seen Ocean's
Okay.
11.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Have you seen Batman with Michael Keaton?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
What is the name of that one though? It's like
It's
Batman.
just-
It's just Batman.
I'm pretty sure that one's just called Batman.
Okay.
I think the second one is Batman Forever?
No, Batman Returns.
Batman
Okay.
Returns, okay.
There've been so many iterations of Batman. It's hard to
Yeah.
keep them all. Keep them all straight. No, I'm not gonna say that. That one's way too obscure. But I do want to mention this one after, so I'm gonna say it now. It's not my end. Zardoz. Have you guys heard or?
I
seen
think
of
I've
this?
heard of it. That's
Yeah,
the one
I may
you're
have
saying.
told you about this
Yeah.
before.
There's like a mouse with machine guns or something.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, no, not like it doesn't shoot guns. It literally just like barfs guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say. Chappie.
No, I have not seen Chappie.
Okay.
That is one more for Patrick. He's at 5. You Drew, you're still at 6.
I'm surprised I've been hanging on here. This is.
I don't know. I can name like any Disney movie right now and just
Do it.
destroy you.
Shoot the kill.
Let's go.
Shoot the kill.
Let's go. Let's see. I have an odd smattering of Disney movies, so.
I mean, you haven't seen like one of the top 5 blockbusters this year, which is
one?
Beauty and the Beast, the live action Beauty and the Beast.
I know the story. I don't need to see it again.
Wait,
Yes.
wait. Have you seen the cartoon?
Yeah, I've seen the cartoon.
But you haven't seen this one.
No.
We don't have to
Okay,
give them a
Come on.
fight.
That's I'm not going to count remakes.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
You know?
I guess it's a recent movie too.
Okay,
so we
I would
might
probably
need to-
only count the cartoon.
Sure,
If you
that'll be my.
Yes,
Okay.
I have seen the cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's your turn.
The Black Cauldron. Another cartoon, kind of Disney cartoon there.
I've never heard of the Black Cauldron.
That someone out there.
Wait,
many
what is
people
it
out there-
about?
It's like there's like a witches and there's like a weird little Grover animal thing. It's like and it's like really trippy. It's
No.
it's like one of the few early Disney movies where they kill people.
No.
And, like, people die. I'm pretty sure it's Disney.
Okay, give me a point.
All right.
Okay, Hocus Pocus.
Oh, the Three Witches, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, if you don't see Disney TV movies, all about it.
Okay.
All about it. Johnny Tsunami, Xenon Space Princess. Don't even try and get me there. That's
Okay. How many am I at?
You guys are both currently at
Oh,
6.
and
Oh,
it's
God.
Drew's turn.
um
Come back from the dead.
it's so much easier to find specific things than like what's a movie you've watched. It's like there's so many movies
That's,
and it's like
that's why I was saying go with the pop. Like the point is going for what is popular that like you should have seen. Like for me, like I
I
got.
don't know. I think that's
You gave me crap for not seeing the Goonies.
Should have seen. Well, see, that was because you said you hadn't. Like, I wouldn't have been like, oh, if you haven't seen the Goonies, like out of nowhere, you know, like.
That's what inspired this game.
This is tough. This is tough. Now I feel like there's pressure.
It is full pressure. I feel like Patrick's ready for the.
This is just pass. I'm pass. I'm nervous.
The original Godzilla?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh yeah.
1954.
Okay.
Oh God. Jaws.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Andy hasn't seen Jaws.
What?
Put another point down, Andy.
What are you at, like 12?
I think I'd be at I'm like at 10 right now.
Oh gosh. Yeah. What? God, we're going down to a weird.
Come on, Drew.
It's not my turn.
Yeah, it's my turn right now.
Oh, you said Jaws.
Oh, I got a couple. I got a couple.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Sorry, I'm still thinking
A
here.
lot of pressure here.
This one is well known. It's interesting how people define like what's well known.
I know,
Like,
like-
it's time to
Yeah.
think. I'm gonna talk about this. Because like in my family, like the Sasquatch Gang, we watch that like all the time. Like that's like one of our favorite movies, and everyone we meet, we show that movie, and like a lot of people we know have like seen that movie. So like, I was under the impression for a while that it was like fairly popular, but I've kind of just now included.
Okay,
like,
let's
it's a
go
little less.
horror. Have you seen Halloween?
I saw that just recently with you.
Oh, that's
He did.
right.
Yeah.
We were all there.
Yeah, yeah, we did the
Totally
double feature.
forgot about
We did the double feature. Okay, here we go. A little Wes Anderson for you. Royal Tenenbaums.
I have not seen that one.
Oh, snap.
I've
that
seen a
gets-
lot of their
That
movies.
gets you at 7, Patrick, which knocks you out.
And Drew came back to the dead.
And Drew
Came back from the dead.
See, oh my god, I was expecting to go toe to toe with you for a second, but I figured I was gonna be the first one out. All right, well played, guys.
Yeah,
All right.
that was a tough game. That was a tough game.
Hey.
That was racking my brain there for a
Yeah,
while.
it's like I watch so many not mainstream movies. I mean, I have already seen most of them, but they're not in my head.
yeah, no, that's like.
And
those
then
are
I'm
the ones I
watching you
think
guys
about.
think, and it's not. I
Yeah,
don't
then,
get any of my own time to think.
I'm looking at the mic like, oh, there's people waiting.
Well, this is why we're doing this now. You know, we have our homework.
Yeah.
Did you write names down, or you just make tick marks?
I just made tick marks.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I have to watch like a bunch of obscure movies that Drew has
Yeah.
apparently.
Okay, you guys,
You did
you have
pick
probably
you
seen
did.
the Black Cauldron. Like, I'm just gonna put it out
Probably.
there. Like, if I put on a clip from it, you would recognize it.
Probably.
Yeah.
We'd have to look at it.
But your description consisted of 3 witches and some
Some witches.
random ass creature.
Then it's like a defining characteristic of the movie. Is like, oh fuck, there's like a black cauldron that does something, and then there's like Mort, I think his name is. Mert? I'm
Damn,
not
I
sure.
should have said like the Dark Crystal or something.
Oh,
like
that movie scared the shit out of me. as a
Okay,
kid.
so you have seen it.
Yeah.
So what did it
See, we've
matter?
seen like the same weird, like kind of a little bit, but like
We've seen the same weird and mainstream movies while here Andy hasn't seen anything.
yeah. I think this game should have been let's make fun of Andy.
This is my punishment.
This is where the punishment comes in. This is where the punishment comes
I
in.
figured we'd end up hating each other, but luckily,
Andy doesn't hate anyone.
yeah.
And we just hate Andy, so it works out. So this is-
I feel all the love, but yes, I have my homework. I do plan on visiting these movies pretty soon.
Yeah,
I mean,
what
I
was
am
your-
starting to force feed Andy. We just watched Hellboy together last night.
I watched that last night too.
What?
Yeah. I got hyped on watching the Injustice 2 trailer, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna put on Hellboy." I watched Hellboy last night. Yeah, it's good, right?
Yeah.
I really like Hellboy.
No, I thought it was great, and I like that director always amazes me.
Yeah,
and
his
Yeah.
creatures are so cool.
Yeah.
That was Del Toro, right?
Yeah, Del Toro.
Yeah, that was a good
And I
job.
love Ron Perlman. I have a
Yeah.
weakness.
He
for
was
Ron
he was
Perlman.
perfect for the role too.
I'm so upset that they're not making a third one because like the second movie kind of leads up to having a third movie in a sense.
Oh, so but they are doing a new one, but it's not going to be.
No, it's a new storyline. It's the guy from
Interesting.
sorry,
Stranger Things.
from Stranger Things, the cop from Stranger Things.
Oh, that's right.
Another
we talked
big
about this. We
forehead
talked
dude.
about this. Yeah. I was gonna say he's got to have a head like Ron Perlman's because
Yeah.
he can't have Hellboy without that.
Yeah, so he's actually gonna star in the new Hellboy, the reboot,
Cool.
which Del Toro is
Right
not
on.
gonna be a part of. So it's a whole.
It's
new
a-
thing.
it's-
Hopefully
his
they keep
creatures.
the creature
Yeah.
kind of vibe going on.
Yeah, this a year ago they had at the LACMA down in LA they had a Guillermo del Toro exhibit,
Oh,
and it
damn.
was like some of his original sketches for things, and like a lot of the models he used for like Pacific Rim and Hellboy and like Crimson Peak and all that kind of stuff. And it was fascinating to see all of that like right there. It was. I mean, they had like the you know, in Pacific Rim when they pull off like the kind of roly-poly bug-looking things.
Oh yeah.
They had like that model in there.
Oh, sick.
And it looked like a giant bug. Like it looked like at any moment it could have been like
awesome.
chittered away like down into the corner.
That's sick.
It was really cool. It was really
Alright.
cool. The guy's got a twisted mind. It's
Hey.
in the best way, in the best
I
creative
think
way.
I think it's pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a little upset at the Crimson Peak movie though.
I was a little disappointed.
We watched that together.
We did
didn't
watch
we?
it together, yeah.
We were
Yeah.
both so hyped for it, and then we were both kind of like, they gave away the twist.
I know.
Like, really soon.
We were like calling everything out as it happened, no problem. And by the end of it, we were like, that was just so predictable.
That was just-
they just
That was just a flat line.
yeah.
Like,
It was like, oh.
Well, all right. Well, I mean, okay. Well, that was fun.
Oh, that was. I like that. I like that. We'll refine it.
yeah, maybe we'll just do some studying of what we've actually seen that's actually popular.
Yeah, I think I would have done a little better. I wouldn't have had such weird picks if I had come in with a list.
well, I mean, that was part of the challenge, right? Because I would have been like Jurassic Park. Everyone's, all of us probably.
Yeah,
Jurassic Park.
I really wanted to
Star
say
Wars,
a few movies
I do
when
that.
it just came down to me and Drew, but I'm like, I know Drew's seen that. It's like just me just spitting out nothing, you know? It's like,
Dude, I forgot so many movies even existed. I got put on the spot to make a list. I was like, like that was it.
That was part of the challenge, but I think that was awesome. But let's move on to what we've been watching.
All right, yeah.
So let's start with Drew. Let's start
Yeah.
with close to you.
I've watched a couple things. I was gonna talk about Hellboy, but we've been talking about Hellboy already because
if you have any more to add, you know, it's a good superhero movie.
It is a good superhero movie, and I don't know. I just really like the movie. It's like I've watched it like my 8th or 10th time seeing it. You know,
I'm ready to see the second one, so whatever.
You've already seen the second one?
I have not.
Okay.
But I'm ready
okay.
to see it because I
give it
really
a
enjoyed
see.
the first one.
Yeah, the second one has way more creatures, and it adds another
Yeah.
superhero dude, and then it takes away the agent, the young guy who he's not in that movie.
Oh, the rookie.
yeah,
Yeah.
the rookie.
Yeah.
It takes him out of it.
Alright.
But then I've also been watching Sherlock Holmes, the TV series,
Oh,
Which
cool. Was that
one?
Benjamin?
with Benedict
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Um,
Isn't it Lucy Liu in some sort of?
That's
Sherlock?
Elementary. That's the American version. Is it Martin Freeman?
Martin Freeman is
Okay.
Watson.
Watson. Yeah.
I'm so bad with names.
How is it?
Oh, it's good. It's really good. It's definitely like a British show. It has that feel to it, which I've always loved. I've always kind of liked like British, because they throw in a little bit of dark, kind of British humor here and there. It's not a comedy for sure, but
I bet I could make it a comedy.
yeah, no, you'd find things to laugh at, no problem. But no, it's a good time. There's like really cool mysteries they solve.
I hear it's really well written.
It is well written. There's a lot of good like character interaction and dialogue. And
Is he pretty stone faced in that?
Cumberbatch?
Yeah.
He basically is like definitely on the spectrum, and they're not shy about that.
Okay.
Like he just says everything at face value. Just kind of like looks, is just kind of all doing all these things, and like he'll look at somebody, he doesn't see like a
I
person.
feel
he
like
just
Doctor
sees,
Strange is the only movie where he has like personality.
a little bit.
Like every other movie I've seen, he's just this like robot practically.
Yeah, that and Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. I mean, where he played Smaug.
Oh,
dragon.
yeah. Smaug.
Yeah.
Did you
he
see
played
him do
Smaug.
like the motion capture for that?
That was
No,
pretty
I
sick.
He's
didn't
like
watch that
crawling
movie.
around on the ground
It's
like
really
Heads of the
cool.
Dragon. It's hilarious to watch.
Alright, what else is going on?
What else have I been watching? That was pretty much it. Between that and Hellboy, that kind of summed up my viewing experiences for the week here.
Cool. Alright, what about you, Patrick? Lay it on us.
Okay, I've watched a lot of stuff as usual, but I'm gonna focus on like the Netflix original content because there's a lot of that. Going off of what Drew was saying about British comedy, it There's a show called White Gold. It's only 6 episodes, and they're each only 30 minutes long, so it's easy to get into and easy to get out of. And it is not a show that you want to watch with children. There's a lot of swearing, and there's quite a bit of sexuality in it. But it's about a businessman who's selling windows and doors, plastic windows and doors. So that's what White Gold is. It's selling plastic because they can mark it up so much. Like they're practically stealing from people because the next alternative is wood, which is already so much more expensive than plastic, that they can put it at this perfect price point to make such a large profit off of it. But he's just this really big ego. He's all about himself. Like, he says he loves his family, but yet he goes around having sex with like random people, or he screws over even his own co-workers and stuff. But he's got this very likable, like just go get it done kind of attitude. Like he's just like, he is a salesman, and it's like what it's about a salesman. Like he's just
that's such an interesting premise for a show about essentially a window salesman.
Yeah, he's a huge asshole. But
that's where the controversy and
because it all comes from him, because he kind of creates his own shit. And usually I'm not a big fan of those kind of shows, but like he's just so into himself that it completely makes sense, and I thought it was pretty funny. And the drama is great too. So I'm not usually too into those movies, but maybe the English accents just kind of snuck their way in there and made it more interesting to me.
All right, what else?
I watched the Netflix original movie called Naked. It's kind of like a Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's a romantic comedy. It's kind of all about he should spend more time trying to improve his relationship, because it's the day of his wedding day.
Okay.
And someone tries to sabotage him into not making it to his wedding day. So it starts out with him naked in an elevator, and he's reliving this day over and over again. Eventually he learns the best way to get clothes, and then you start off from that point. And then
interesting.
So it's a story where he's trying to figure out who is trying to screw him over, because there's like 4 different suspects, right? And then it's a cute movie. I would suggest it for any young hot couples out there listening to our podcast.
Who's the actor in that?
It's one of the
Marlon Wayne.
The Wayne.
Yeah, Marlon Wayne.
Okay.
Wayne?
Okay.
I thought their last name was Wayne or something.
Wayne.
I think it's Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so Marlon Wayne.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. He's been in like the whatever those movies are. The funny ones.
They did a Scary Movie.
Scary Movie, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I also watched Death Note. I'm going to leave that one to Andy, though, and I'll talk about that one later. I watched this. I watched a couple of Netflix original animes. I wasn't too
How many are there now?
There's a lot. They do a lot of their
original?
own animes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's this one called Blame. I said that because it has an exclamation point on it.
It's just like blame, like it's your fault.
Blame. I have no idea why it's called Blame. It's so it's way in the future, and like there's this world of, it's like the whole world is now robotic or something like that, and there's like these crazy robots that like scuttle like spiders, and like humans are like desperate for food. Apparently there's enough water on this damn robot planet, but they're desperate for food.
Water, not a problem.
And then there's like these android people. It's pretty out there. It was kind of interesting, but there's like a lot.
Yay or nay for watching?
I wasn't too big on it.
Okay.
Then there's Little Witch Academia. That was actually a very cute anime.
Okay.
I was looking for something a little more action-packed, but I understand that this is actually a good anime. It's just not what I'm looking for. This cute little witches. It feels literally just like Harry Potter. They make references to other movies like the damn vampire and werewolf show, whatever. Breaking Dawn. I don't know what those.
Twilight.
Twilight.
Okay.
They made reference to other American films though and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I thought it was a very cute show, but it's not something that I'm gonna stick with though. And then I watched the one episode of Disjointed, and I'm not a big fan of sitcoms as it is, and it's just like kind of like a lot of lame pot jokes. I kind of hope one of you two maybe tries to watch it and see what you think, but it's got one of the lowest scores on Rotten Tomatoes thus far.
I watched the trailer for that because I saw what was the actress's name? I can't remember.
Kathy Bates.
Yeah,
Kathy Bates.
I love Kathy
I
Bates.
saw her face in the on the screen.
Well, she's
her,
like the main
yeah.
character, yeah.
And I was like, oh, so I watched the trailer and it did seem a lot of low hanging fruit.
It is.
That's
It's a
what
lot of low hanging fruit.
a feast of low hanging fruit, if you will.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so
So yeah, it's
kind of
just
confirmed my suspicions there a little
yeah.
bit.
I'm not really a big sitcom-y kind of person, and it's just the laugh track. Any time a show has a laugh track, it really is hard for me to watch. I think 2.5 Men was like the only one with a laugh track that I was able to handle.
Oh, right. Do you think that like makes the show like does it ruin it kind of for you?
I think it's almost like, to me, it feels like a dumbed down way of like helping someone laugh, in a sense. It's like someone's laughing with you, because it's weird to laugh alone. Like when I'm watching a movie alone, I normally don't laugh. But then, like, say when you guys are watching it with me, I'm almost laughing the whole entire time.
Right.
That is like it's such an interesting like psychological phenomena.
Yeah,
Right?
like I could think a movie is just like super hilarious, but like never laugh at it because I'm watching it by myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Disjointed is burnt out, if you will.
Nicely done.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, sorry, this wasn't a Netflix original, but I have to talk about it.
Do it.
Oh, do
Okay,
tell.
Maki. It's a Bollywood movie about a guy.
I'm already sold.
About a guy
Yeah.
who
I'm excited to hear about this.
who's chasing this girl, and she's playing hard to get. Like, she reveals that she's been playing hard to get for like 2 or 3 years. This guy's like been chasing her down for like 2 or 3 years, and she kind of like finally like gives him a chance, and then this jealous prick kills him. This is only like in the first 20 minutes of this movie.
Wait, he kills basically the protagonist?
Yes, he kills the protagonist, yeah. And the protagonist, his like soul or whatever, goes into this fly larva, and he becomes a fly. And that's what Maki means, is fly. And then there's like, and it's a Bollywood movie, right? So the fly has its own dance number and its own music. And it's like, Maki, 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 kill, kill, kill. He's doing like this crazy like hip hop dance and stuff like that.
As a fly.
And he's torturing this prick that killed him just so this prick can get with his girl and stuff. Oh my god. It gets crazy. He has a training montage. The fly does.
Yes.
What?
Like
It's like a lifespan for a fly is like I know it's not 24 hours. It's like a week or something, right? It's like
it's
limited. He's
oh
on
my
the clock.
gosh, it is so amazing because like movies hardly ever spend that much time on a character that can't like communicate. Like this fly doesn't talk. Like it doesn't. Like, so you're watching this fly like run away from birds, and like
The rest of the movie's just silent. It's just
it's not silent.
film of a fly. Oh my god!
And
This is
she's like a
my planet.
micro artist or whatever they're called. So, like she makes art with like little like I don't know, tweezers and stuff. So she makes the guy, I think his name is like Javi or something. She makes him like little like a helmet and stuff so he can survive like bug spray. And she makes him like these little like metal hook.
Wait, how does he convey that he is the fly to the girl?
She's crying over him, like because he's dead, right? So she's crying over him, and he gets in her tears, and he writes like "I am Javi" in her tears.
Holy shit! Wow,
That is creative.
It is so out there.
that is a ride.
It feels like you would like it. It's on Netflix. It is.
I'll have to give that a look.
It's all in Hindi, so you gotta watch it with subtitles.
Oh my
But
god!
I kid you not. I
I showed Andy some scenes.
saw
of
some
it.
clips, and it is as ridiculous as he explains it and
Do you say that a
amazing.
fly has a song and dance number?
Yeah, so he had his headphones on because I'm watching my own thing, and I look at his screen, and he's literally watching not even a good animated fly, but just dancing, just straight up dancing, and it was just I'm like, this is something. He like, it's funny because he was watching it by himself. He laughed out loud like several times, and it's just great. And,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
anyways,
It was a crazy movie.
Prepare myself for that. Then you be on like a weird day, then I'm gonna watch that one.
yeah. So there you go. That's what's it called again?
Maki.
Maki.
And I've watched a lot of other movies, but yeah, there's too many. So
All right. I guess I'll share what I've done so far. This past week, I actually got to spend some time watching Friends from College, which is also a Netflix original. It has Key. Yeah, from Peel and Keel. I forgot the guy's actor. I'm totally butchering this.
Thank you. My favorite.
Sorry.
It's got one of those guys in it.
Yeah.
It's got the tall one.
But, anyways,
It's Keegan Key, isn't it?
yeah,
I think so, yeah.
yeah, and
Peel.
but no, and I just sat down and watched this week, and I really enjoyed this the show. Like, it took 2 episodes. I wasn't really sure because I was uncomfortable with the topic at first, because like it's pretty much the spoiler. It starts with like 2 friends, like cheating on each other, like cheating on their spouses.
Their respective spouses.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh dang, this is gonna like this road to watch. But
Oh,
then I don't know, but by the 3rd episode, just like what made this show amazing for me is that it has some great bits that I just would love to go see again.
That's when you're yelling at me, Patrick, there's this great tennis part in there.
Yes.
There's this tennis scene, and Andy's yelling at me to come watch it, and they're just doing Maria Sharapova sounds the whole time. They're just like, hey! And they're like on public tennis courts too, so everyone around them is like just watching them make these crazy noises. And I'm watching it too, and Keegan's form with his like ground strokes in tennis, they're god awful. Like he's like swinging by the knees, going down. Like there's no way the ball's going over the net. But anyways, sorry.
It was
that.
great. Like, it has such great bits.
But just so I'm clear, like the premise of the show is like all these college friends get back together after like 10 or 15 years or something, and they basically kind of revert to their like childhood selves.
So Keegan's character, Ethan Turner, and his wife, Lisa Turner, who is Robin from How I Met Your Mother.
What's the actress's name?
Kobe's, I can't pronounce names, but she's from How I Met Your Mother.
Good. Gonna give her some recognition.
Yeah. Cool. I can't. It's Smolder, I think. Smolder.
Smolder?
Kobe, yeah.
Kobe Smolder?
Mm-hmm.
That's a dope name.
So they're husband and wife, and Ethan Turner is having an affair. Cause it all starts with them moving back to New York, and then they meet up with friends that lives there in New York, and he starts to have an affair with a character named Sam, and they goes on from there. You're like, oh man, like they're cheating on each other, so where it's going to go from there. But then he's also a writer, so he's trying to sell his book, and then you meet the character Fred Savage, who his character's name is Max Adler, who is an awesome character. He's part of the tennis bit that they did. But he all these characters had great bits, and I loved every. I don't know. Each episode had its great moments. So yeah, these are horrible people, these characters. But once you have that in mind, you are ready to watch.
I recently heard this thing, and it was talking about what makes stuff funny, and one of the big rules is you can have either a crazy world with normal people, or crazy people in a normal world, and this seems to really fall in that latter camp there.
This would be
they're just
crazy
ridiculous people.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of minutes with Andy, and Keegan Key is definitely by far the most cartoonish of them.
He's got that personality. He's
very out
brings
there.
Great energy to
the whole thing. His energy's off the charts.
Yeah.
And then there's quite a few normal people in it too, but a lot of people just make shitty decisions, and apparently that just
As
leads
people
to
do.
funny,
As people do.
yeah, funny things. So
But and these characters are well developed. I would recommend it. It has like a 24% on Rotten Tomatoes.
24.
Yeah.
Oh.
Total-
And you recommend it?
I actually, yeah.
I didn't
recommend
think it was that
Well,
bad.
on IMDb, it has a 6.7.
Carefully
but
phrased.
I'd say give it a watch. It's already been okayed for a second season.
Huh.
So yeah, and I'm actually
I don't think there's much on Netflix that doesn't get okayed for a second season.
true.
They'd probably give everything a second chance or something.
Yeah.
White Gold got like an 80 something.
All right. The other thing that I have watched was Death Note.
Oh,
And-
that's
I also watched Death Note.
Classic also-
Tell me about it. What
I was not so I was watching Maki at the same time Andy was watching this. And
Well, clearly your attention
I think
was elsewhere.
Andy sometimes thought my laughing was towards the movie I was watching, but it was more because I was laughing at his reactions towards this movie. I would just hear this. And I just start cracking up. But I'm watching my movie though. I was just like, oh my gosh.
So lay it on me. What for the one guy who didn't see it? What are your guys' takes?
This was like it was not a good movie. It like I honestly think it might be like the worst thing I've seen this year.
Oh shit!
This year, and so kind of like it's upsetting because so I really do like the premise. So that's,
Well, I mean, it was based on a highly successful and totally loved comic, right? I mean, that was the
Anime, yeah.
yeah.
Was it a show or was it written? Or was
It was probably a comic first, but
Yeah, it was a comic first.
But it was both before it was this.
yes.
Okay. I
The
didn't
anime
know
is
that
very
was it.
popular. Do you
Oh,
want me
that's
to
right.
talk, Andy? or-
To give the premise, right? It's about a god of death, right? Name is Ryuk, right? Who
Ryuk.
drops this notebook called Death Note, and this notebook gives you the power to kill anybody, pretty much. You just have to know their name and their face, which is like the basic concept of it. And I haven't finished watching the whole anime series, but I really did like the concept, and the characters that were in this show were actually interesting. Like the main character, Light, in the anime, he is like driven student. He is very studious, and he has this like high moral compass already set, right?
Mhm.
So you're like, okay, like and like he finds the Death Note, and like for him, he like freaked out when he first used the notebook, but didn't hesitate to start using it, right? This in the movie, like sure, this kid gets freaked out, but like he's kind of a punkish, and maybe the actor just did not sell it to me either. Like it was just bad acting. Like, it was just
So he wasn't like a top student, high moral compass, like strong moral compass that got brought down to using a notebook. He was just like a punk who found it, essentially.
yeah. So Patrick, real quick, what are your thoughts on it?
I disagree with you a little bit. I don't know if his acting was bad. I just personally didn't like his character.
Okay, maybe yeah.
So this is the thing. I don't know if Light, that's the main character's name
His name.
in the anime.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has a high moral compass per se in the anime. He is very studious. I think they portrayed that really poorly in the movie because the best they give you is he gets in trouble for doing other kids' homework and they pay him, right? So that's how you know he's smart. In the anime, he's smart because he's winning all the awards. He's top of his class. He's the most likely to succeed. Like they really...
Do you think that's a difference between like a Japanese anime
Yes,
and an American?
honestly, I do. I think...
Because that kind of sounds...
I don't
sympathetic
think
to that.
Americans could make the movie the way the anime is,
Mhm.
and I think the anime is always going to be better unless the Americans maybe make a Japanese setting style, because I think there's a lot of differences between, Japanese culture and American
Oh, yeah.
culture.
So I googled it, right, and it has so here are the top voted tags. So
Tags?
yeah, what people like kind of like hashtag towards the movie: cringeworthy, bad acting, plot holes,
Huh.
unconvincing,
Oh.
corny, boring, one-dimensional characters, illogical, and forgettable.
I don't know if I would call it boring.
It didn't.
It's definitely
like
not.
9 horrible descriptions, and well, at least it's not boring.
I don't know if I could say the acting is bad. It's just I would honestly blame the writing for this. Like the characters are just they're all pretty poor, other than Ryuk. William Dafoe does a great job being Ryuk.
Willem Dafoe can never do no wrong.
There's some stuff that I'm a little upset about with them developing his character, because they're kind of like in the movie they're kind of almost trying to make you think he's the evil one. He is a death god, but that doesn't. He's not necessarily evil in the anime. He's just kind of like just a watcher. Like all he does is like he's trying to slightly influence. And he's like just doing it for
Get the
fun.
ball rolling and then
he really just wants to have fun. Like that's the only.
And that's the one thing I remember from the anime.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I remember from the anime. Like they have Ryuk and Light have a well-established relationship. You know?
It's not really established,
and it's not established in the movie. But the whole reason why Ryuk dropped the notebook is because he was bored. He was bored, and he dropped
hashtag bored.
Yeah, so he wanted to see like how chaotic things can be in the hand, like having the book in the hands of a human.
Yeah.
And so like he was a way better established than that. And I think Ryuk and I think the character L were like my two favorite characters from the movie that I thought.
From the movie or the?
No, from the movie. Ryuk and the character L.
Okay. I actually did not like L at all in the movie.
Is L not Light?
No, L and Light are different characters. L is this very young, very smart, like agent. I don't know how else to put it. Who's trying to
like detective? You mean?
Yeah, he's like a detective.
Like along those lines.
But like, this is like something else that they can't really do very well in American culture, because they're making him out to be like some ninja detective that's like doesn't have like a that was like doesn't have like a real name or something like that.
Oh,
so they're going really out there with this, whereas like
a secret agent coming.
Yeah, like Japan did something like it was more interesting, but I understand like they can't really do that in an American movie either.
Yeah,
but I did not like, because L is always very composed and always very just kind of straight to the point, and he kind of talks in riddles in a sense in the anime. In this one, he kind of like loses his shit quite a few times, and so the big difference between
a fundamentally different character.
The big difference between the anime and this movie that I didn't like is that a lot of characters get very, very emotional in the movie, whereas in the first movie you're dealing with like two very, very smart and logical characters, and they think things out. Even when shit goes wrong, they think things out, and like they don't overreact. Like they really get their shit together, and they're like, okay, how do I overcome this problem? They're both doing that, and it's in this one. So there is a comparison on YouTube, like a YouTube comparison video I was watching today. It shows how both Lights react to Ryuks in their respective universes. So the anime one, he's surprised, but he's like, so you're a death demon, huh? Like, it's like kind of no big deal to Light. And then in this movie, it's like a freak out funny moment because he's screaming like a little girl in the movie. And it's just, that kind of shows you the big difference in characters. Like, there's this very composed. And I really like that in the anime because it kind of almost questions whether or not he's a sociopath or a psychopath all to begin with from the very beginning. It's just he hasn't been given this power yet, and he finally is given this power. Whereas in the movie, there's this weird balance of, is Light a good guy or not? Like, there's all these weird kind of like predictable twists and turns, but you don't really understand exactly what Light's motives are at the end of this movie, because he goes from being like really like a good guy and then being like a really bad guy, and I am very confused at like who that character really is supposed to be. I think it's all the writing. I am like annoyed with the choices, but I mean this was an American movie. I don't know if I could blame the acting.
Yeah,
on this one.
I mean, for me again, I don't know. The acting just, in my opinion, didn't sell it to me. Because I do like the actors. Like we have William Dafoe, we have Keith Stanfield, who was in Get Out, the guy who gets kidnapped first. He was in the show called Atlanta. Was Donald
He was
Glover.
L, right?
Yeah, and he's a great actor. Like I like his style. Like but it's just a very, very unfortunate presentation of this.
Yeah, I almost don't think it. Just from watching this, I don't know if it can be made into a live action. To be honest, unless they did their own unique story,
right?
Well,
that's what I've watched so far this week, and
but Ryuk is sick. Like he is such a cool looking character. I appreciate monsters and monster movies.
William
and all
Dafoe
that
does
stuff.
no wrong. So
his voice is great.
Yeah.
It feels like it fits perfectly.
I feel like he's like the one who had the most fun making this
Oh
movie.
yeah, They show you some behind the scenes stuff, and his like face is like all Green Goblin-y. Like,
We can rule this city in light.
All right, so that's what we've been watching. Mm-hmm. We all went to go see. Went to go see Logan Lucky. So let's just get into our review of that.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this movie was what?
it's one of the best rated movies of the summer so far.
I really liked it. I would not fight that. Description at all.
Well, here, let me read the premise of the movie.
Yeah.
It's okay. So it's a West Virginia family man, Jimmy Logan, teams up with his one-armed brother Clyde and sister Melanie to steal the money from Charlotte Motor Speedway in North Carolina. Jimmy also recruits demolition expert Joe Bang to help them break into the truck's underground system. Complications arise when a mix-up forces the new crew to pull off the heist during the popular NASCAR race while trying to dodge a relentless FBI agent. And this is starting Magic
They're
Mike.
actually
never dodging the FBI agent.
Yeah,
right?
that's a little
Right.
misleading, but still, good movie.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, spoilers ahead. Spoilers ahead when we're talking about
Yeah.
the movie in its entirety. So if you don't want to hear any more spoilers,
All half of you watching this should know that we should know that we spoil the shit out of stuff right now.
Spoilers abound.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I loved it. I'm a sucker for those kind of tongue-in-cheek heist kind of movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I truly felt like this was a good movie on top of that. So I really liked it.
Okay. Yeah. I actually really liked this movie too, but it's hard for me to critique this movie because there's not really any real flaws that I saw. I was really confused at the explanation, but I know the explanation is solid, if that makes any sense.
No,
like the explanation for how the heist went down.
Yeah. That I feel like you always have to watch those movies like once or twice to really. The first time I'm in the same boat as you. It always gets lost on me. I'm like, what happened?
By far, I mean, I knew when watching the trailers and stuff that my favorite character was going to be Joe Bang, played by Daniel Craig. And it was so fun to see him from going to James Bond, like super professional, slick tie, to this just gross looking
Bleach blonde,
but like science, like nerd almost. Like he's just this wacky out there character. Oh my god, he's by far my favorite. And then I also had a lot of fun seeing Seth MacFarlane be like a total douchebag.
That surprised me. I did not expect him to be in the movie at all.
Yeah,
Like,
it was great.
I loved it. It was great. I loved the entire cast. We got Channing Tatum as the lead. We have Adam Driver as his brother, the one-armed brother.
I actually want to cut you off right there. I honestly thought it was also pretty cool to see Channing Tatum not as like a heartthrob. I feel like
he's got acting chops. Like he's
actually
respectable.
pretty good. Yeah, because most of the movies that I know him in, he's either like a muscle-bound blockhead fighter or he's the good looking dude.
Yeah.
I feel like he was still good
Often
looking in this movie though. Somehow
He has a beer belly,
but
though.
he's still.
I mean, sure.
But no, but like he's just a good looking.
Like
dude,
he's
so
just
not gonna
country.
not be
He's
good
like
looking.
country good
But he
looking.
wasn't-
Yeah.
he
But he's
wasn't,
not
like,
an
made up.
Adonis, is what I'm trying
Yeah,
to
he
get
wasn't
at.
like made up to be like a heartthrob. He was just a character. He just was playing his character.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I feel like the one scene where in the very beginning where he throws his hat into the bucket, I felt like that was like one take because I felt like he was supposed to miss, but he like makes it in.
Nailed it.
I was
Just
like,
frisbeed.
I'm like in my head, I'm like, holy
No.
shit, that was probably one take. They probably just kept it because I was so badass.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys know that
also
the
hints to his quarterback
Yeah.
backgrounds.
Oh,
so this movie was directed by Steven Soderbergh, and if you guys don't know what he's also worked on, he's done all the Oceans trilogy, so Oceans 11,
He did.
Oceans 12,
Okay,
Oceans
there was
15.
definite similarities there.
Yeah, and so
In a good way, not
Yeah.
in a.
I'm gonna copy my old movie way.
Yeah, no, definitely.
but it gave you that Ocean's 11 feel. I'm like, oh, and I like looked at it, I'm like, okay, this makes perfect sense. And it was, I don't know, this director I loved all the Ocean movies.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
it felt like it did give that feeling, and I thought I was like, I always get excited because I just love like the montage scene of how like they get you see how it all goes down, what goes wrong, and at the end like how they get away with certain stuff, and I'm like, cool,
Yeah,
like he did it again, like it was great.
the retrospect from a different angle.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a scene in the movie where it's like on the news and they're calling it like the redneck heist and they call it Ocean's 7-Eleven.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah, that was a good little jab, but it was nice to see like a cool heist movie like that, but
Yeah.
in such a different setting than you would normally. It's not they're not in Milan trying to steal from one of the richest art thieves in the world. It's like we're gonna rob NASCAR, and it's like fuck yeah, like go for it, dude, like. And it was definitely I think the tagline for the movie was "See how the other half steals."
Yeah.
And like all of their contacts were like dirt poor Southerners in prison and like other weird.
But they all have
people-
like very niche, like
technical skills.
yeah,
like,
skills exactly.
Right.
But that's the thing. There are there it's not like poor people can't be smart or anything. It's like there's a whole like they have all these characters that like could have been in the Ocean's 11 movie, but none of them like could own a suit.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool to
Interesting.
see.
I
like,
didn't think about that.
to see how the other half steals. See, like that, I thought that was cool. It was like the flip side of Ocean's, the trashy Ocean's 11.
Sure. I don't know. There's bits and parts that I just love about it. There's like one of my favorite scenes was after they break out Joe Bang to go help blow up the part of the vault. You have the criminals there, like sending their demands to the warden, and their demands is wanting to have the next book of Game of Thrones.
Oh, that was
And they had this great back and forth of like, guys like, well, I looked at Wikipedia and George R. R. Martin hasn't finished writing Winter, and it was just, I could not stop laughing at that part. I just thought it was.
The convict is up. He's like, but he promised his publisher's due date was 2 years ago. It was like that's bullshit.
I honestly feel like that was just totally directed at R.R. Martin. Like,
Yeah.
like I feel like
It absolutely was. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, there were a lot of actually really funny scenes in that movie.
Yeah.
There were like a lot of laugh out loud moments in there.
Well, there better be. I mean, it's a comedy.
Yeah.
A comedy, like I don't know if it was like it was like something / comedy.
Yeah.
Not like I wouldn't classify it as like pure comedy. Like
I would say that's probably its most prominent genre description.
I feel like heist is its own genre.
It's
of
like
movie?
subgenre.
Yeah, sub
Yeah.
so like a comedy sub.
Comedy heist. It's
Yeah,
like it's
comedy
like
heist.
yeah, because there's
It was a fun movie. Like
It was
great.
yeah.
And I loved all the characters. Like it was extremely well written. Like just the relationship between the father and daughter, like that felt so real and was so great to
And the
see.
brothers.
And
Yeah.
the two brothers was excellent. I just love
They
how
were
they had
great.
each other's back.
And the sister has their back too.
Yeah.
Like,
It's very well.
and then the relationship even with the other half of his family, like his ex-wife and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
even though they didn't have too much airtime, like I thought that was pretty well established too.
Yeah.
yeah, they did a really good job of painting his world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, without I mean, they didn't spend too much time or too little time on his daughter and his divorced wife and her new husband.
Yeah.
But they gave you just enough to like to see
Understand his motives.
Yeah,
and
to have
like
it
that,
be a part of his character, and in turn, how he and like his relationship with Adam Driver, his brother, and his sister Missy, and I'm blanking on the actress's name. I have it pulled up, but seeing their relationships together as well. And even just stuff they did a really good job of just like building up the characters. The Logan curse they all talked about.
Are you talking about the sister?
Just all the characters together. Riley Keough.
Yeah.
Keough?
Keough? That's how I would.
Riley Keough. Yeah. So, definitely would recommend it. Definitely a go see.
Yeah, I definitely
yeah.
would recommend it.
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's one of the most top-rated movies of the summer right now.
You guys got any favorite parts from the movie?
Let me go last.
One-liners?
I just love
Yes.
that back and forth with the Game of Thrones talk, and it's like that last montage of like all the how they did the heist, which just kind of was really well put together.
Yeah.
Right, what's your favorite part?
I got one of the parts that really made me laugh the hardest was when the two brothers, not Channing Tatum,
The Bangs?
and Adam Driver, the two
Joe Bang and
brothers.
Sam Bang.
Yeah, or no, not Joe.
Oh, sorry.
And Sam. The Fish and Sam, played by Jack Quaid and Brian Gleason.
Okay, yeah.
When they needed a moral reason to
That was great. Yeah,
to rob the speedway,
Yeah.
and they like just basically give some like bullshit reason. They're like, yeah, like I'm not even sure if it was like real. Like they just said like, my sister was she worked there, and the manager got handsy one day, and like that's all they said. And they just turned around and they're like, we need to discuss this. What do you think? Yeah, all right. And they just turned back around and they're like, we're doing it. Like it's just like such a hollow promise to their like lord, and it was really funny for me. And I just loved Adam Driver's character. Like he was probably my favorite in that. Seeing him, because I can't picture many of the things that I've seen him in. I know I have other than Star Wars, and this was such a different character, and he just pulled it off so well. So kudos to Adam Driver, because that was a good job.
Nice. My favorite scene, I know I had to deal with Daniel Craig. My favorite scene is when he puts the bomb in that whatever, the little mail chute,
yeah.
whatever it is,
The vacuum tube.
and they don't believe that these gummy bears or whatever are part of the explosive, and they're like, oh damn, and then they run out, and then nothing happens, and it comes back. And you think it's gonna blow up.
Can we talk about that scene, Adam, how it shoots back and Adam Driver just
Yeah, he gets hit right, and he catches it. And then Daniel Craig just takes it. He's like, oh, that's the problem. I tightened it a little too tight, and he just unwinds this plastic bag.
Oh my god! And
I thought I was like, oh my god, I'm so great.
And just
I wonder if
just-
that's actual science.
there was so much tension in that scene.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, it's gonna blow off Adam Driver's other hand. It's gonna. That's kind of what I thought. I was like, oh shit, this is how it's gonna go wrong. And it's just careful. Daniel Craig, it's like the hillbillies doing the bomb, defusing. Oh, that's the problem. He just untwists it and throws it back in. That was perfect.
And that's when his salt, his fake salt comes into play too.
Yeah.
Because they established that in the beginning of the movie. I'm like, what has that got to do with anything? And of course, it actually ends up being part of the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is for happens for a reason in that movie.
Yeah.
It's all very well bound together.
I mean, I think that's just the sign of a good movie, and
Yeah.
especially one. Who's the director again? Who did this? Because in his movies, the Ocean's 11, nothing is inconsequential.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
always something that builds off of something that you've seen. The audience has all the answers up front.
Yeah, the director is Steven Soderbergh.
Steven Soderbergh.
What do you guys think about Hilary Swank popping up at the end and being the agent?
I mean, I was surprised, but I didn't think too much
You mean
of it.
at the
to be
very
honest.
end scene in the bar?
I mean, just
Or
in
just
general,
in general?
yeah. Just the whole-
I'm surprised that it was mentioned so prominently in the Wikipedia description, because she literally shows up after the whole heist has been
Right.
over and done with.
Well, she's just a bigger name than most of the other people in here, so that's why she's put higher on the list.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like if you go to some movie, like if you buy movies, sometimes they'll have like 3 names usually. Like one of those people isn't that prominent of a character. They just
Deep Blue Sea,
he was
Samuel
just
Jackson.
yeah he's just the biggest. They're just the biggest actor, whoever they
Yeah.
are. So it's they just label their names.
She had like 15 minutes of like 20 minutes from when she was introduced.
I mean,
to the
she
movie.
was like the majority of the end of the movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like she did have a bunch of screen time
her
at
going
the end of the
around
movie.
trying to piece it all together.
So I mean, if you were to count screen time, she might actually be up there.
What do
Fair
you
enough.
guys think her motive was at the very end? Like,
I do not know.
I
am
think
so confused.
she's officially been dropped the case, but she's the kind of person who needs to know and wants to get in with the crew and find out.
I think that's
Yeah.
what my mom was saying too. Yeah.
Like, she pays her respect to like,
Yeah.
all right, like
It's
how they
like she's interested. But I also was like, but she seems so determined to like catch them though. Like a part of me thinks like she wants to uncover,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, is that she? I mean, she.
But
the
she
case
wants
is
to
closed,
expose them.
and all that. But yeah, so maybe she's just kind of off the books, following up on it still.
Yeah.
So, but it's a little bit of mystery.
cool.
A little bit of mystery. But
Well, any final thoughts on the film? We can wrap it up.
I thought it was good. It's one of those movies I don't think I would watch again though. I'm not the biggest fan of heist movies. Like Ocean's 11 was a good movie, but I wouldn't want to watch it again either.
Man, I love,
Man.
I love
I'm
that
just-
trilogy.
I just
love
don't-
every
I feel like
bit of
those.
it.
I feel like the exact opposite on that. I
Yeah.
feel like heist movies have a lot of rewatchability. At least after because they give you all the answers at the very end, right? Everything like they don't leave loose ends.
Yeah.
Like
And
a
it's-
terrible magician.
Like, but it's cool to like rewatch that with those answers and be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's like all these little subtle things that you didn't even pick up on because it would have been inconsequential. But
I mean, I don't think like I mean that's not like my idea of a
No,
good
yeah, I
movie.
mean, if
like
you're-
I honestly like going back and watching a movie again and seeing all the little answers, like little things that you didn't notice before as you're going through the movie
Yeah,
again.
which is-
This one it kind of just spits them all out at the very end.
But I
of the
feel
movie.
like I'd get excited to rewatch it from like, oh, that's what led to that. Like I feel like I can rewatch it to like see those.
I was like puzzle pieced together with the information
in
you
the
already
moment,
know.
You know, so I definitely would not mind seeing this again. Like I always like to revisit the Ocean's 11 trilogy because like those movies are always they're just fun for me.
Yeah, I mean it's just like
no,
not
it's
my
your,
genre.
It's your style. Yeah,
Yeah. But overall, I love this movie. This was really fun. So yeah. What about you, Drew?
Funny characters, great dialogue, well-developed characters. I'm into it on all fronts.
Okay, so Baby Driver was a heist movie too, right? How would you guys?
No, Baby Driver I would not say is a heist movie.
Okay.
Baby Driver is a thriller, is what I would say.
That's like it's like a comedy though. That's like just the big genre.
What? Heist is under thriller?
Heist is like a subgenre.
Yeah, but Baby Driver
Anything.
isn't about a heist. It's about him trying to get out of a life of crime. There's no like one central big job the movie's about. It's about him trying to not be a criminal anymore.
There
as
is
opposed
kind
to-
of like one big job.
there
that kind of
is
leads
a
up
big
to
job,
a
but
majority
that's
of the
not
action.
but that's not what his character or the plot is about. You know, it's just like what he's forced to do. Like I wouldn't say, like Guardians of the Galaxy is like a shooter movie, you know, or like a war movie. Yet lots of people are killed and like do shoot at each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see both ends. Like there is some heist in it, but it definitely is more. I think that Baby Driver is more like character driven.
Yeah.
What's his story, and this movie, Logan Lucky, is more of like the how it's done, the heist, and like more about like that adventure. You know, that one big heist. Because we have the motives, we have the reasons, and so like.
I mean, from start to finish, the movie is
Right.
about planning and acting and dealing with the repercussions of that heist.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that was Logan Lucky. I guess we all
Yeah.
agreed. Let's go check it out if you have some time. And I guess we're gonna end it there.
All right.
So we'll see what we have in stores for next week. This is again, we want to talk movies, and actually, we are now posted on YouTube.
What?
So please check us out, subscribe, and you can always reach out to us at iwanttotalkmovies@gmail.com. So if you have any questions, thoughts, just, go ahead and shoot us an email.
Yeah. You got movies you want us to check out, or any kind of just whatever. Just want to hear your feedback.
There you go. So I'm Andy.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Patrick.
And all right, thank you so much. We're out.